21st century, and the trend in the United States is becoming clear. Electrification is here to stay. We're starting to see all kinds of mainstream models be offered only as electrified models, such as a hybrid or with a plug. Toyota is leading the charge on this. They're offering a couple of models for 2021 that are hybrid-only, mainstream models like the Sienna minivan and the Venza crossover. Now, the Toyota Camry is still available as a gas-only model, but the hybrid is still a very important part of its lineup. And for 2021, Toyota has made a couple of modifications to the Camry hybrid. So we took one for a spin to see if these modifications were even really worth mentioning. The last go-round of Camry styling left us scratching our heads, wondering how Toyota had forgotten to attach an actual grille and bumper to the front of the 2020 model. The bizarre fish-faced gaping gills look just seemed at odds with the Camry's mission as a mainstream muggle mover. The update for 2021, however, has brought subtle but meaningful revisions to the grille and bumper that bring a slightly more conventional look to the front. It seems less out there, though maybe we're just getting accustomed to Toyota's new design aesthetic that seems to be all about odd swoops and weird angles in place of a coherent design theme. The overall look is just different enough from the prior year, however, to get the nod of approval from me. Of course, the Camry's looks aren't the reason people buy it. It's the way the car works that keeps people coming back for more. The Camry I drove was the latest gas-electric hybrid version combining a 2.5-liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine with an integrated electric motor and continuously variable-style automatic transmission. The engine on its own makes 176 horsepower, but add in the electric motor and the net output jumps to 208 horsepower. A lithium-ion battery stores what the engine produces and uses it to power the electric motor, which can act as either an assist for the gas engine or as standalone propulsion under specific conditions. Driving the Camry hybrid is unremarkable, as one would expect from such a vehicle. It's calm, comfortable, and adequately powered. Accelerator response is natural, as the hybrid system feels seamlessly integrated into the gasoline powertrain. Stomping on the gas isn't really advised, as it'll shoot any chance you had to achieve the stated fuel economy, which is the whole reason to buy a hybrid in the first place. If you do, though, you'll be rewarded with decent acceleration, minus the awful droning that often accompanies a CVT. Compared with its main competitor, the Honda Accord hybrid, the Toyota feels lighter, quicker, and more nimble than the mid-sized Honda sedan. Steering response is better too, leading to a more enjoyable driving experience than the Accord provides. Ride quality for the Toyota is excellent, without any overly firm choppiness or overly soft floatiness. The only drivability area where the Camry doesn't best its competitors is in the braking department. The Camry's brakes still feel artificial, especially in the last few feet of a stop. The regenerative braking function isn't adjustable anymore either, or if it is, I was never able to find how to control it. Gas mileage for the Camry hybrid depends on trim level. My test vehicle was an XLE, a mid-level luxury version with a decent list of standard features. A dedicated fuel economy test saw it return a combined 44.1 miles per gallon over 204 miles of mixed city and highway driving. That's a bit below the EPA's combined estimate, but not much. By comparison, EPA estimated combined mileage for the Accord hybrid ranges from 43 to 48 miles per gallon depending on trim. The redesigned 2021 Hyundai Sonata hybrid is rated a more impressive 47 to 52 miles per gallon combined. While the Camry hybrid's driving experience shines brighter than that of the Accord hybrid, its interior doesn't quite match up. The Honda and Hyundai have better interiors in nearly every respect. That's not to say the Camry's interior is substandard. It's perfectly adequate. It just doesn't feel expensive in the ways its competitors do. Materials quality is fair, but there's a good bit of hard plastic and a decidedly hollow feel to a number of dash and console panels, undermining any good the soft-touch surfaces tried to do. Even touch points like the top of the door where you rest your elbow are barely padded plastic in the Camry, which is not good. And while there's plenty of space for passengers in front and in back, it still feels a tad tighter than the Accord or Sonata in both width and backseat legroom. The Camry does have an advantage over the Accord in terms of ease of use. The Camry's controls are well labeled and cleanly organized. The gear selector is a normal shifter in the center console, not a rotary knob or set of buttons. The enormous optional 9-inch multimedia screen feels like an afterthought sticking up out of the dash, but its position and brightness are a check in the Camry's favor. It does have Toyota's bizarre tiny buttons on the surrounding panel, however, whose lack of ergonomic friendliness continues to mystify me. The multimedia system's graphics also look a decade out of date, especially compared with the state-of-the-art slickness in the latest Hyundai Sonata hybrid, but it's easy to use and connects with a smartphone quickly enough. Stick with the latest software available on your mobile device and enjoy a big screen for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, both of which come standard. The 2021 Camry Hybrid starts at $28,265, including destination fee, for the base LE Hybrid. Now that's the one with the best possible gas mileage. Stepping up from that is the SE Hybrid, the XLE Hybrid, and the sporty-looking new for 2021 XSE Hybrid. My test vehicle, a loaded XLE Hybrid, came to $37,980. The base prices are less than what Toyota asked for the Camry last year, representing a decrease of anywhere from about $500 to $1,300 depending on trim level. The big question with any hybrid is, if you're in it for the improved fuel economy, is the extra cost of buying a hybrid offset by the money you'll save on gas? A lot of that depends on how you drive and use the car, the deal you get on purchase price, and the cost of gas where you live, among other factors. A Camry Hybrid costs about $2,300 more than a conventional gas-powered model, depending on trim. In the current environment where gas has been relatively cheap over the past few years, any hybrid car becomes less financially appealing. According to the EPA's figures in current fuel prices, the average driver will save about $300 to $400 a year on gasoline if they opt for a Camry Hybrid over a conventional four-cylinder front-wheel drive Camry. That means you'd have to drive your Camry more than 6 years before you broke even on the extra money you spent to get the hybrid. Of course, if your commute sees a lot of stop-and-go, slow-speed traffic, your equation might look a little different given hybrid's higher city mileage. At that, a Camry Hybrid might make more sense financially. But until fuel prices spike again, a conventional gas-powered Camry might be a better idea. If you'd like to learn more about the new 2021 Toyota Camry or any of the new lineup of Toyota models, you can find